How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. I was going to talk to you a little bit about my old four-wheeler. I bought this four-wheeler, I can't even remember how long it was. And I'd been wanting for a four-wheeler for a long time, so I held off and held off and held off, and I finally found this four-wheeler, which is a TRX. It's a Honda fourtrax. It's what it is. It's a 300. I bought this bike for $300, but when I got it, it was a pile of junk. The whole front end, half the front end was ripped off of it. The motor smoked. It didn't run very good at all. But about $1,400, I rebuilt the whole top end by myself, put all new bushings, bearings in it. So if you figure, I got about $1,700 in a four-wheeler that runs excellent. It looks like a pile of junk, but this is a four-wheeler. If you guys are out there and you're wanting to homestead or anything like that, this is the perfect four-wheeler to get your firewood in, to drag your deers in, to run the fence lines. This is a beast. I really like these four-wheelers. And a lot of people will say, you know, they have otherwise, but that's just my opinion with this four-wheeler. I'm not saying anything bad about any other four-wheeler. I'm just saying that this has been a very good four-wheeler for me. The TRX 300 is like I said, it's like a mini tank. It goes about anywhere. It's not a real fast four-wheeler. Like I said, it's more for like the farmer or the homesteader or the hunter that wants to get in a deep ravine where they, you know, you don't want to walk or whatever. But this is a nice four-wheeler. I'm going to give you guys a little close-up to it. When I very first bought this thing, I stripped it down to just a frame. All I had was a frame on a set of sawhorses, and I started from the bottom up. I put every single bushing, every single bearing, all the brakes, everything that I could change on this four-wheeler, all new tie rods, ball joints, everything's brand new. But I don't think I have to worry about anybody stealing it because it looks like a pile of crap. But I'm not going for looks, I'm going for performance. I want something that's going to do the job that I need it to do, and this is the bike to do it. So let me give you a close-up of this bike. Okay, as you look around this bike, don't forget, I only paid $300 for the bike, but it cost me about $1,400 in parts to put it together. So I'll look at the front end here. All the front end was one whole spindle, one whole wheel was ripped off the side, and I replaced all of that. Swing arm, everything in there was replaced, and all the tie rods and all the ball joints, everything in there. All the bearings in it's been changed, front and back. Now, like I said, if you're a homesteader and you need a good four-wheeler, these guys, you see them riding them in Alaska all the time. Why? Because they last, and they last a long time. They're good, hardy bikes. This bike will not come out of four-wheel drive. It stays in four-wheel drive 100% of the time. You can buy a kit for that dry shaft to where you can lock it in and lock it out, but I see no need for that, because when I'm using this thing, I'm pulling something. Normally I'm pulling a load of firewood behind it, or we're dragging deers out of the woods, and for a homesteader it's a perfect four-wheeler. It's great for that. You know, sometimes I think that a four-wheeler is almost as good as having a tractor. The only thing you can run a brush hog. I have a brush hog for this. It's a pull behind brush hog. But you know, some of the things you can do with a tractor, you really can't do with a four-wheeler. I guess you could if you modified it. But anyhow, tractors are a lot more expensive. This is not a really expensive bike. It actually was pretty cheap for me. I have about $1,700 in it. I keep the oil changed in it, and I drag my firewood in. And it's an all-around good bike for just about anything around the farm. Now, if I was going to take it out, I don't think you'd want to take it out and think you're going to race down the road with this thing, because I'll bet your top speed probably ain't 30 miles an hour. So maybe, honestly, I don't know what top speed is now, but I know it's not very much. But you know, if you get hung up in the woods, you got a winch. If you got a load of wood on the front or on the back, and you need to get up over a hill, hook your winch up, drag yourself up over the hill. It's definitely a hardy machine. Sweet little machine. And for what I got in it, of course I got a lot of time. It took me a winter. It was a winter project. And I did rebuild the whole top end on this bike. It's got new piston rings, wrist pin bearing. Everything's been going over really good. But I'm going to keep her. She's a good bike. Use her for just about anything. Well, that's just a quick little review on my Honda fourtrax. It's a TRX 300. I personally wouldn't want any other bike. This is a good bike. It's an older bike, but I think they built them a little better back then anyhow. So this one doesn't have a speedometer on it. It doesn't have a bunch of that other stuff that can go wrong with it. Basically a few wires and a motor, and this guy's good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment if you'd like. Don't forget, click the little bell down there to get your notifications when I put up another video. Hey, thanks for watching. Till next time.